watch out. He's going to shoot a fiery dart at you. That's his purpose in life. He sent Satan to destroy you. But be of good courage. We have the shield of faith. We have the sword of the Spirit. We have all the armor of God. But even more important than that, the Word says that greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world. Hello, I'm Pastor Steve. Welcome to Victory Harbor. I hope you enjoy our service today. Today's nugget is fighting dragons. Have you ever fought a dragon? Now, dragons are fiery darts, flaming arrows, missiles that are sent to attack you by the devil. They're sent to harm you, hurt you, discourage you. And they're always flying. The devil's always looking for an opening to get to you. The devil is a dragon. His demons are dragons. There are dragons all the way around us. And we got to be constantly aware of their presence. We got to be able to get up that shield to quench, to hold that fiery dart off us, to deflect it, to make it go the other way. We need to be strong in our faith. We need to have the armor of God on us. Like I said, life is full of dragons. Sometimes you just feel so good. Everything's going good in your life. You're so full of health. You're so robust and energetic. And man, you can run 2 miles, 3 miles, or 4 miles, and everything's great in your life. And then one morning you wake up and man, you just don't feel so good. And the next day you feel worse and you decide, I'd better go to the doctor. And he comes out and he said, hey, we got some bad news here. Watch out. The devil has let a fiery dart loose at you. He's coming to get you. He's coming to hurt you. You must raise that shield of faith. You must believe the Word of God. Don't fall for that trick. Don't fall for it. I'm not saying sickness don't come, but sometimes it's sent by the devil and his symptoms to discourage you, to defeat you, to get you to lay down and quit. We need to learn to hold on to the promises of God. And sometimes it comes in a form of a financial disaster. Man, you've just got this promotion at work and you've got a brand new home, 2 cars, everything's going great in your life. And then a short time later, the company decides they don't need you anymore. And here you are at home scratching your head trying to figure out what has happened. The devil has sent a fiery dart to you. He's trying to pierce you. He's trying to discourage you. And he's not going to stop with you just losing your job. Them bills are going to mount up. They're going to come in and every day it's another dart he's firing at you. Then they come to repossess your car, foreclose on your mortgage. You're in desperate need, but remember the Word says, greater is He that's in you than he that's in the world. We need to hold on to the promises of God. We need to learn to trust Him and get that shield up. Get that shield of faith up to plant that arrow that the devil's sending at you. And sometimes he sends dragons in your marriage. You're young. You fall in love. She's the most beautiful woman you've ever seen in your life, and you want to spend your life with her. And she looks at you and, man, is he a hunk? I want to be with him all my life. And you get married and everything comes and goes great. You have a couple of kids and all of a sudden you look at her and she's got rollers in her hair all the time. She's not got makeup on. She's wore out. And she looks at you and she looks, why don't he open the door for me anymore? Why don't he compliment me anymore? Watch out! The devil has sent a dragon in your life, and he's getting ready to send a fiery dart that will pierce your marriage and destroy it if you're not careful. You'll be on the job and they hire this new secretary, man, and man, she's everything your wife's not right now. She's like your wife used to be. And you look, wow, she looks pretty good, and you begin to talk to her. Watch out! That is a fiery dart heading right into the heart of your marriage. And you, young lady, on the other hand, you're on your job and they hire this new guy and he opens the door for you. He compliments you every day. Watch out! There's a fiery dart coming into the heart of your marriage. Get up that shield of faith. Go home. Tell your husband how good he looks, how much you love him. Tell your wife how you adore her. Open the door for her. Compliment her. Do something for her. Quench that fiery dart with the shield of faith. Don't give the devil room in your life. And sometimes those fiery darts come in the form of a rebellious child. You've done all you could to get the child, to raise him up right, get him in church, and here he is over smoking pot. Here he is over popping pills. Get that shield of faith up. The devil's trying to destroy your child. Claim the Word of God. Don't let that devil get a grip in your life. Or maybe it's a sick child and you're just totally destroyed. You don't know what you're going to do with your life. And the child is there saying, watch out! It's a fiery dart from the devil. Learn to trust the Word of God. Remember, whatever you do, remember this. Greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world. Learn to trust God. We're going to read from a couple of places this morning. The first one is the book of Colossians, 2nd chapter, verse 15. And it says, there Christ defeated all power and forces. He let the whole world see them being led away as prisoners when He celebrated His victory. And the next one is from Jeremiah. It's verse 1, or chapter 1, verse 19. They will fight against you, but they will not overcome you. For I am with you to deliver you, declares the Lord. Hang on to the promise of God. Now, we all fight dragons. They don't stop coming. They continually come. We've got to be on our toes. We've got to be aware, alert. We've got to be able to get that shield up. We've got to be able to get that Word of God, that sword. That's our weapon that we destroy that demon with, that dragon with. Learn to trust Him. Now in the Bible, there's three examples here I want to use this morning. And y'all have heard these stories a million times. But here's the shepherd boy David. Now he's come to the camp, the army's camp, and there, down in the valley, is a dragon. It's the form of Goliath. But believe you me, it's a demon sent from hell. It is a dragon defying the name of God, the people of God. And David looks at that, and he said, who's that uncircumcised Philistine dog? Why are you afraid of him? Why are you afraid of that little dragon? So King Saul tries to put his armor on David, and David said, I don't need that, because I'm not going in my ability, my strength, but I'm going in the power of the Lord. He picks up 5 stones and he slings that stone. He kills that dragon. He kills that giant. Why? Because he knew he could not defeat that dragon by himself. He knew it took something greater than him, and that's the Lord. He is greater in you than he that is in the world, and we can only learn to trust Him. Let the Lord fight this battle. Let Him fight this dragon. Now here Daniel has done everything that he can do. And they're ready to throw him into the lion's den. That's a dragon to Daniel. He's seeking to destroy Daniel. But Daniel didn't trust in his ability. He said, I'm trusting in God. I believe he went in, grabbed that old lion by the mane, laid him down right there and laid, you're going to be my pillow tonight. Because he trusted in God. The next day the king, oh Daniel. And Daniel said, yeah, I'm still here. My Lord shut the lion's mouth. We got to learn to trust God. Now the 3 Hebrew children, they threw them into the fiery furnace. Believe you me, if you're thrown into the fiery furnace, you think you're in the midst of a demon just spewing fire at you. But in the midst of them, in the middle of them was one like unto the Son of Man. God brought them out safely. Didn't even smell like smoke. They wasn't harmed. Dragons are real. There are dangers in your life. So we've got to realize something though. I cannot fight that dragon alone. You cannot fight that dragon alone. You do not have the ability to come up against the powers of darkness in this flesh. But there's somebody greater in us than in that demon and that devil. If we would learn to hang on to that and hang on to what the Word of God says, we can defeat anything that rises up against us. Demon of sickness, financial lack, child rebellion, problems in your marriage, relationship problems, a sick child. My God is able to take care of every situation you're going through. In 1999, I walked through the valley of the shadow of death. In 1999, I had a massive heart attack. They sent me to Greenville, where we live, to the hospital there. They treated me for indigestion. The doctor come in the next morning. He said, he's had a heart attack. Get him out of here. We don't want him to die here. So they sent me to Holston Valley in Kingsport. And they ran all kinds of tests, and they said, son, there's nothing we can do for you. But we got a jet on the runway in Birmingham, Alabama, and it's heading this way to take you there. They flew me by jet to Birmingham, and I had a wife that believed God. I had a wife that was standing on the promises. She had her shield of faith up. She had the Word of God out, and she began to quote those scriptures. And my God mercifully spared my life. He's an amazing God, but it's Him, it's Jesus, it's the Lord that fights the demons that we're coming up against. In 1995, our company sold out. They would retain some and not retain some from the new company. I was one of those that was retained, but I lost $8 an hour. Now I want you to think about that. That's devastating when your wages is cut by $8 an hour, when you've got your budget set on what you were making and half of it's gone. That is a dragon that is after you. Now the devil tried to get me to get discouraged. He tried to get me to blame God. He tried to get me to say, why me, Lord? But I failed. I would not do that. I refused to do that. I trusted God. A few short months later, I was in another job, making as much as I'd made when the company sold out. About 2 months after that, I got a $4 an hour raise. About 2 more months later, I got another $4 an hour raise. God paid me back more than double, more than triple, and He blessed me. When we learn to trust God and realize that greater is He that is in us than He is in the world, don't get on that pity party. Don't get on blaming God for something. Learn to trust Him. Get your shield of faith up, but more important, get that sword out. It's the Word of God. It's the Word of God. I've seen Him move in my life so many times. I remember we had a singing engagement, and I was working days, and we come home and we was going to get the kids and go. When I got home, the kids were sick with the flu. I mean, they were sick, and that dragon was there. God love my mom. She said, be no singing tonight. I said, yes, they will. We got up, laid hands on them children. They were instantly healed. We went to church, we sung, we done the work of the Lord, and there were people saved. If you would learn to get that shield of faith, if you would learn to get that sword of the Spirit, put on that breastplate of righteousness, put all of those things on. But you got to remember something. And this battle that we're fighting, we have a champion. He's a dragon slayer. It ain't George the dragon slayer. It's Jesus, the Lamb of Calvary. It's that one that walks on water. He's the one that turns that water to wine. He's the one that gives sight to the blind. And He reaches out and He causes the lame to walk. He's that one that even raises the dead. He is our champion. We've got to remember something. Greater is He that is in us than he that is in the world. And also the Word says in the 6th chapter of Ephesians, put on the full armor of God. Now we're going to take a quick break here. There's going to be a video play. I assure you it's not an info commercial. We're not trying to sell anything. Just watch the video and we'll be right back. Thank you for watching the video today. Thank you for being in our service today.